I'm here with manager Steve Kittrick after today's 3-2 loss to Needham Park. Can you just give us your thoughts on that one, please?
How we lost that game? We should have been 4-0 up in the first 10 minutes. It's an old cliche, but if it had been a boxing match, it'd have been finished, wouldn't it? Been stopped. Thought a bit naive, very naive when they changed their system after 15 minutes to combat what we were doing, but we should have been 4-0 up, as you've seen. Frustrating. Coming in at half time 3-0 down. Just tweaked it a bit, changed the system, but then we've had 7, 8, 9 chances to put it away and we just haven't scored. And apparently that's been the message all year, that they haven't put the ball in the back of the net, and it's quite apparent. You can see now players not playing with confidence in front of the goal. You said to Rev and Neil, the 2 goals they scored were far easier than the chances they had in the first 10 minutes in the first half, and the chances after the 2 goals went in. But I expected us when we got back to 3-2 that we'd push on and go and win it. But you've seen the chances that we missed, and it's a bit embarrassing on a couple of the chances, because even at my age I'd have put it back in it, I think.
So that's the thing, obviously for the majority of the game we were thoroughly dominating, and they just had a brief spell in that first half that they capitalised on, whereas we struggled to do that. So is it just that lack of a clinical edge?
I think, yeah, I mean, people know I've got a saying, first and last 10 of either half wins and loses your game. So 10, first 10 if we're 4, and I think 4's not been unfair. Chances we had, game's done. Even at 2-0 or 1-0, game's done. We just push on. But if you don't score your chances, and then they poor defending, they score. Then he scores a worldie, and then the last one again's poor defending. But we get something at half time and said we had to save, changed it a little bit, and we got. You've got to look at that first 10-15 minutes coming out again. But we should win this. Their manager just told me that. He said, how have we got 3 points today? But I can't make excuses for strikers. They're there, they're paid to do a job, and they haven't done it.
That's something I wanted to talk about. Obviously, going in at 3-0 down, it could have been very easy for heads to drop and just to try to see the game out. But you guys came out in the second half really racing, and you pulled it back. You scored 2 quite early on. Was it something you said at half time, or was it the change you made that really pushed the point?
I think it was a bit of both, wasn't it? Just got to put your chances away. What more can I say? A couple of players. There's too many players here that when things go wrong get their heads down, and it's like domino effect. Like knocking ball back to keeper all the time when it's 30-40 yards, because he can get us up pitch and he's got a great foot on him. But no, you can do that. You can turn it into the right areas. But it's having that confidence. So disappointed, because I expected to come here. And that's no disrespect to this team we've played today. I expect to come in here after 2 good performances to win today.
Yeah, I think after the 2 performances we've just had out, you'd be justified in thinking that. And obviously, last time out on Monday, we won to mathematically escape relegation, and sure that didn't happen. And similarly, Needham did that today. Do you think having those stakes for them today played against your favour?
I don't think so. If I'd have been in their dugout after the chances we missed in the first 10 minutes, I'd be thinking, if we come away with anything today, we're lucky. But I've people on the beach. No, I've had that. We had a word before about it's 3 games left. You've got to play football, haven't you? You've got to win every game that you play. And I don't think after we started the 10-15 minutes, I didn't think it was that. I just think people do get a little bit frustrated when the strikers don't put ball back at net, and then it just like a bit of a comedy of errors, weren't it? The first one, how the kids got in at that tight angle and scored, and the second one's a worldie, and the third one's a mistake again. So with 3 mistakes, or 2 mistakes, and a worldie, But to be fair to them, if on the positive side, we had a chat at half time, we changed the system, changed 1 personnel, and that's no disrespect to the person that came off. We just changed the system and didn't think he was having the best of halves. but the chances we've had again now. So you 2-0. You know, you're expecting that to push on and get a third one. They had a bit of an injury for 7-8 minutes and slowed it down and did whatever. But you know, we started chasing the game again. But the first 10-15 minutes we weren't chasing. We're playing the football that I want to play, and the lads can play, if that makes sense. But just frustrated with it, with all the chances we've had. You know, it is a loss, and it's just, you know, you can see where the problem's been. You know, for most of the season, where, you know, there's, you know, the chance after chance after chance after chance, and you know, and I think it's a confidence thing, because I think, you know, Neil's a good player. You know, Kevy's just coming to this level. You know, Rev's been around a little bit and frustrated that he's in and out. You know what I mean? So he can't get any rhythm. So I do understand it, and it's difficult. But like Starkey, you know, Starkey's had 2 great games, but today I think it's caught up with him a little bit. You know, he weren't the player he was on Monday. But the young lads out there, they've got to learn the game and got to understand you've got to do something a little bit different if it's not working for you. And I don't know if you noticed, but they doubled up on him first half. You know, so but he's got, if he comes with a, you know, that tag of a good player, then he's going to get that wherever he goes. He's got to learn that. But he's only a young kid, and I've got to be honest. You know, you look at it in there. There's too many young players, you know, that don't know how to win games and come to places like this and just dig in a little bit. But you know, hopefully they'll learn from it.